Hey boys and girls, welcome to another super exciting, outrageous toy review. Today we're taking a look at the Savage World Thundercats Lion-O figure. This is a classic 80s cartoon character done in the style of the 5.5 He-Man figures from the 80s. The back of the package shows off Wave 1 includes Lion-O, Panthro, Mumra, and Slive, and Wave 2 will eventually include Tigra, Chitara, Monkeyin, and Jackalman. Finally found a Savage World Lion-O figure to take a look at. I've been very excited about these since Toy Fair pretty much a year ago. These figures are classic Thundercats characters done in the old 5.5 style, He-Man style sculpt, right? The bigger the bigger muscles, the hunched over, bent knee kind of format. I'm very excited to take a look at this figure. Here we have Savage World Lion-O out of the package. He looks pretty good in this style. The 5.5 style is a classic action figure format where the characters are extra muscular, have bent knees and bent elbows, and are sort of almost look like they're ready to wrestle. Made popular by Masters of the Universe in the 80s and carried on by other toy brands like Remco, this style has been very popular, and it's pretty fun to see Funko using this design aesthetic on some other classic characters. In typical Thundercats fashion, Lion-O's hair is blowing in the wind. He's got that orange skin tone with the peach-colored 5 o'clock shadow. He's got his muscular chest with his abs showing through. He's got the Thundercats logo on his belt, which I am a little bit disappointed. His belt is kind of scuffed up, which is a shame because this figure was not inexpensive. And then he's got those chunky legs down below with the boots. Lion-O features articulation at the head. His head turns most of the way around. His chin does eventually hit his shoulders. He's got articulation points at the shoulders that spin around. That's the end of his articulation in his arms. He's got a torso twist at the waist there. He's got ball joints at the hips. So they're not like the original He-Man figures where they have rubber bands. It is a ball joint. The Lion-O figure definitely has been plagued with problems with this ball joint popping apart. I've seen people who got him in the package with the leg already falling off, and mine fell off the first time I twisted it. But it does pop right back on, so it's not a big deal. Lion-O looks pretty good. His colors maybe are just a tad muted. I think it would be nice if his hair was just like a one shade redder. For accessories, he comes with the Sword of Omens. It's in silver-ish gray plastic. I guess gray plastic, it's not really metallic. It does have the Eye of Thundera painted on there. Sword of Omens, give me sight beyond sight. It doesn't really fit his face well. It's a little oversized. He can hold it in his hand, though, I believe, without too much trouble. See if we can get it in there. Oh, it's a tight fit. Alright. Sword of Omens is in his hand. He also comes with his claw shield. The claw shield, to me, the sculpt looks like it's got way more detail than any other part of him. So it's more furry than his hair is, which is kind of interesting. And this is made to fit over his hand, so it's made out of a not really, but slightly flexible material. Let's see what we can do here about stretching it on his arm. Oh man, I'm worried about scraping up his paint trying to put this on here. He's got a nice fade from his hand into his arm, and that does worry me a little bit that I'm going to scratch that up trying to put this on here. Come on. There we go. Claw shield on. Thundercats, ho! So that clips on his hand not too differently than the vintage figure, although the vintage figure it just kind of snapped on completely on one side. It covered up less of his arm than this one does. There's no way of clipping it on his belt or anything like he did in the cartoon. But this works pretty well, and I definitely could have seen Thundercats turning out like this had Mattel had that license instead of LJN back in the day. Very fun figure. I'm excited to collect the rest of this line. I hope that we get Wave 2. I hope we get a third wave to flesh out even more of the characters. These guys are pretty exciting, and I was really glad to see these at Toy Fair last year, and I'm hoping that maybe they'll announce more coming up this year. Thundercats, ho! Thanks for watching this super exciting, outrageous toy review. Make sure to like, subscribe, and check out our other videos.